Hi there, everyone. I am CJ Eason, the Forbes Human Resources Council leader. Having a resume is really important, but having a resume on the fly is even more important. Have you ever had the opportunity to present your resume to a company and you said, I'll email you the resume later or I'll send it to you later? What if you could have a resume in your Google Doc available right this moment? Would you use it? Well, let me show you how you can create a resume on the fly. What you're going to simply do is you're going to go to Google Docs. Google Docs is 100% free, and right inside of Google Docs are templates. It's a template gallery. It's right here at the very top. And you're going to click on that template gallery, and as you can see, Google has provided you with several different resume formats. So I'm just going to choose the modern resume format. Works for me. And here you can see that Google has already everything that you need. All you need to do is just fill in the information. Now, what you can do is you can use Google Gemini. Okay, we created a resume. You can look at some of our previous videos and you'll see that we created a resume and we had Gemini create that resume for us. So here's the header section right here. It has your name, your address, your telephone number. You can go back to your Google Doc and you can just hit paste. And here it is there. Now, I'm going to go back because I don't like the format of that. I think I want to stick with the format. Okay, that's okay. We'll stick with what we have. All I'm going to do is make it bigger because that's important because that is who you are. So now here we have your name and all of your information. Change your name here. Make sure you're paying attention to what you're editing as well. You want to make sure that you're staying with the process. Okay, so here's your name. Okay, and now we're going to put in our skills, but in this case we're going to put in a career summary. Okay, so here's your career summary. Just going to highlight it. And you're going to go back to your Google Docs and you're going to place that information here. Oops, I did not save it or copy it. So we're going to put it here. And there we go. Now I'm going to make this smaller because you don't need it to be 14 point. I don't need it to be bold. I do want it to be justified. And now we have our skills summary of who we are. And you're going to do the same thing for each one of these sections, okay, of the resume. Okay? You have all of the details regarding your position. You have skills. I'm going to do this again for the skills section. Just going to highlight it. And I'm going to paste that information. We don't have a skills section here, so I'm going to add a skills section. All you're going to do is just paste that information. And now you have a skills section. Okay, I'm going to add a bullet point so that it looks a little bit more professional. And maybe you don't need to include all of these skills. Sometimes you don't need to include all of the skills. Sometimes you just need to focus on the skills that are important for the position that you're applying for. So you don't have to list every single thing on your resume. Remember that. You don't have to list every single thing that's on your resume. But here you are. So you have your skills. Okay, maybe that's important for the position that you're applying for. Now you have those skills listed. Then you're just going to go back to Gemini and you are going to fill in the details regarding the position that you had, okay, your experience. You are a marketing manager. You're going to change the date. You're going to add the information regarding the company. And there you go. I'm going to make it bigger. And I'm going to expand my borders. I don't really like resumes that are just in the middle of the page. I think you should utilize as much of that space that you have as possible. And so I like to expand my margins for sure to utilize all of that space. I hate to see job seekers give multiple resumes to an employer. That's just really not necessary. Or, excuse me, not multiple resumes, but multiple pages when you could have just expanded your border and you would have had that section. So here we are, your position, and here's your details. If you only had one position, go ahead and remove that section. And again, go back to your Gemini and just highlight all of the position, all of the details regarding your position. Make sure that you review that information to make sure that you're putting in exactly what you're supposed to be putting in. Because as you can see here, there are sections that you need to fill in, like here. And so you don't want to submit a resume without this very important content, okay? And so this is how you can create a resume on the fly, and it's new, it's brand new, it's tailored to the position that you're applying for. And then all you have to do is just save that resume. Just save that resume. Again, this is gray, so you don't want it to be gray. You want it to be the color that it's supposed to be. And again, you want to make all of these fine changes. Make sure you update the content here of your resume. You want to make sure that that your fonts are all the same. I don't add awards to resumes. That's not important to me unless it is related to the position that you've applied for. You want to make sure that your font is all the same. And you also want to make sure that everything looks really nice and crisp as well. This doesn't need to be a 9. This needs to be a 12. So you want to make sure that that's did as well. Let's see here. And there you go. So you have a really nice resume here that you need to make changes and edits to. You need to remove things that are not necessary. These asterisk marks are not necessary because you have bullet marks. And you also need to make sure that you fill in the content that you're supposed to. And so once you're done creating this resume, now you can just simply hit share. And now you have the ability for you to send that resume or to share that resume with a company, and you have a link or you have a ability to email the resume to them as well. So this is how you can create a resume on the fly using Google Docs. I hope that helped you out, and good luck on your job search.